Hello and welcome to another 7 stories in 7 minutes. And thank you so much. We've gone over 1,000 subscribers and I'm really humbled because there's a lot of news out there at the moment, a lot of different platforms. So the fact that you've chosen me and you've come to watch this YouTube and perhaps subscribe, I'm super grateful. So thank you ever so much. So we'll start off tonight with story 1, which is an NHS England story. NHS to screen all newborn babies for life-threatening metabolic disorder. All newborn babies. So what they're going to be doing is, this is a very rare disease called hereditary tyrosinemia type 1, HT1, is a rare genetically inherited disorder that affects around 7 babies a year in the UK. Now, I'm very, very sorry for those 7 babies, genuinely. And as it's hereditary, I would think that people would know if your member of the family has got this, because they will have experienced problems. So why would they want to be testing all newborn babies? We know they're already going to be genomically tested. We know they're already going to have goodness knows how many jabs. This appears to be a malevolent attack on newborn babies. So parents, grandparents, if you're watching this, and anybody that's got any interest in what goes on in maternity hospitals, please pass this around, because this to me is extremely concerning. Which brings us on to story 2, and I was shocked to see this, but according to The Guardian, and as we'll go on to see other people too, it seems that other countries are seeing us as the new, or the European or the Western form of North Korea. So this headline from The Guardian: is Britain really the new North Korea? Let us consider the evidence. It's a very interesting article, and as I say, all links to all of the stories that I'm featuring tonight, they'll be in the description beneath, so please feel free to go and look at those. Because likewise, we've got the Daily Mail reporting, when did Britain become North Korea? Nervy bond markets spike again as PM hires a raft of high tax fanatics, threat of ID cards for all. Well, we know it's more than a threat, right? Hard left Rayner's ambition. I appreciate that she's gone now, so this is an older article, but it's still the same headline. Britain is regarded as North Korea. And we're all living in the UK, and I'm sure many of us would prefer not to be here, but for me, it's my country. I was born here and I will remain here. And I don't think there's really anywhere safe to run, personally. Or is there? So let's look at the next story, The Telegraph. President Trump could offer refugee status to Europeans who oppose migration. Really? Now, with all due respect to my American friends, of whom I have many, and heritage, this is nothing against you, but I personally would be as worried about moving to your country as I'm sure you would be moving to mine right now. We all seem to be in a very similar boat, and I'm not sure that Trump making America great again will benefit all Americans, just saying. But if we go on, we can see that he's going to put a cap on refugee admissions at only 7,500 people. He's getting rid of an awful lot, and he's now saying he's only going to allow 7,500. But you know what? He says they could be all white South Africans. Many people are saying that's racist. What can I say? I won't say anything, actually, because it'll only get me into trouble. So I'll leave you to make a comment in the comments box beneath. Story 5. Male migrant borrowed woman's identity to pose as an NHS worker. You can't make this up. You really cannot make this up. So a male migrant used a female friend's name to work at an NHS accident and emergency department. I think probably from my face you can all see what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? Story 6. So the BBC reported this. Why medical students are choosing Bulgaria over the UK. And it would seem that if you haven't got enough qualifications, and let's face it, there's much lower standards now for people to be able to do their medical training. We know that, and we know that the noctors have existed, the physician assistants, who doctors call noctors, that they're not doctors at all, and they've done maybe a university degree with a 2-year bolt-on. Well, it would seem now that if you don't have enough academic qualifications to study medicine in this country, that's okay. You can go to Bulgaria and you can get a medical degree there. But if you're not smart enough to get a qualification in the UK, I won't. Do you know what? There's so much that I can't really make a comment about, because I'm sure you can virtually read my mind, but it struck me as a little worrying. But clearly this young lady here, Freya, she's absolutely over the moon. She's just started her 2nd year at medical school, so we'll see. So finishing up on story 7, my friend, Dr. Hilary Jones. I trained with Dr. Hilary Jones at the Royal Free Hospital in London. He's slightly older than me, but we were there at the same time, and he said much on the Lorraine Show and Good Morning Britain that I have been horrified at, because bearing in mind we did the same training at the same time, in fact the same place. I'm not quite sure where it all went wrong for him, but it's certainly not how I was trained, his behaviour and his recommendations. So I'm a little reassured actually to see this story in The Sun, which says that Lorraine, oh, she's been axed to 30 minutes. Maybe that's because many people aren't watching Lorraine anymore. But as a result of her being reduced to 30 minutes and to the amount of weeks every year that she's on TV, Dr. Hilary has had to go. He's been cut. Oh, of course he'll say he's probably retired. He's just over 70 now, so he's probably going to say he's retired. But I have to say he's worried because there might not even be enough money left in the budget for a leaving bash. Shame. Anyway, that's been 7 stories in nearly 7 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I really do mean that. Thank you for watching. And thank you to the people that are behind the scenes doing all of this work. I couldn't do it without them. They know who they are. And if you like, please share, pass the word, and don't forget, whatever happens, just keep smiling.